Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new around here, my name is Divyanka and I'm a doctor of pharmacy here in the US. On this channel, I strive to provide you guys with resources to build your ideal professional life. I talk a lot about the importance of networking, and so today we're going to get into the basics of networking and things you should think about, things you should have in the back of your mind, and tips to prepare for success in networking. Number one, you need to have a goal. Every time you go into an event or a situation where you will be networking, have a goal of what you want from it. Something as simple as meet 2 new people, have 2 discussions, learn 2 new things, etc. Again, it can be super simple, but if you have a goal and you know what you're going in for, you're more likely to come out with that and have a more successful networking experience. Next, dress to impress. In every single networking situation, first impressions matter. And so you want to portray yourself as a professional through how you dress. Now, not only is this going to help with first impressions, but the better you look, the better you feel. And that feeling is going to come through in your confidence and is going to come through in how you portray yourself in these conversations. And that is so important. This is the one place that you really do need to be confident. So dress to impress not only others, but yourself. Next, bring business cards. This is the easiest way to keep in touch with people. At networking events, people are meeting so many new faces, and the only way they can actually remember you is if you either get them to follow you on LinkedIn right then and there, or if you provide a business card. So just have them handy, get a bunch printed out. You can get these through a bunch of different services online. Have your contact information, have an email, have your LinkedIn, etc., and share them with people that you meet so that you can actually follow up or they can follow up with you and you can continue that connection and actually add them into your network. Next, practice your elevator speech. Now, this doesn't have to be something extravagant, but being confident and showing in a one-liner who you are, what you do, and why you're there is very important. Something as simple as, "Hi, I'm Divyanka, I'm a PharmD, and I'm here because I'm looking for XYZ. Super simple, but practice that so you know what you're saying and so you don't just butcher it up and seem underconfident in the moment. It's not worth it. Just practice it for 5 minutes and it'll come out great, but just be intentional about this. You can list things like where you're from, what school you go to, what your major is, what jobs you're looking for, why you're at the event, etc. Make it simple, but make it direct. Next, make sure at networking events especially you are listening and you're not just speaking. Somebody told me that at networking events or while you're talking to people, if you can get them to talk to you about themselves, they will think they had an absolutely amazing conversation with you, even if you never said anything. And that is so key. Ask people questions about what they do, where they're from, why they're there. Get them to talk about themselves and just listen. Trust me, this works wonders. So sometimes you don't even have to talk in a conversation. Just ask the questions and hear them out. People always want to talk about themselves. They love it. So take advantage of that and make sure you're actually listening to what they're saying. Once you do that, then you can really gather this information and you can use it to connect further, follow up, etc. Next, kind of alongside that, don't blabber on at networking events. Don't just keep talking and talking. It's a networking event where everyone is there to share something. So say your piece, but let other people speak as well. And again, then you'll be able to listen and everything will just go way smoother. If you keep blabbering on, not only does that not look professional, but people will tune you out. They won't be listening and that kind of defeats the purpose of even going to the event. So try to not blabber on. Next, if it's helpful, take notes. Even if it's someone's contact information or whatever, have a notebook handy. You can write things down that people are saying. In discussions, maybe you hear a tip that you really want to keep track of. You can write that down. And I think it's better to have a notebook rather than your phone, because if you do your phone, it kind of looks like you're on your phone instead of like even taking notes down. So if you're writing down, you seem a lot more engaged and you can just say, "Hey, sorry, like that was cool. I'm going to write it down." And you can keep it engaging like that. But taking notes can actually be very helpful in networking events. And lastly, follow up. Follow up with all the interesting people you met at the event. Reach out to them on LinkedIn. If you got their business card, email them. However you want to follow up, definitely follow up because this is exactly how people remember you. Because at the event they're meeting so many different faces, it's not really likely that they'll remember you unless you had some kind of grand conversation. So the easiest way to get them to remember you is honestly following up. It is so key. It is a pertinent part of the process. So really do not forget this. It is the one piece of advice that I could give that's actually going to help you make connections. So overall, those were my 8 tips for networking basics and how to really get started and be successful in networking. If you prep correctly, if you go to events, and if you follow up, trust me, your professional network will grow so much, and this will definitely help you grow in your career, land your ideal jobs and roles, and meet so many interesting people. I'm such an advocate for networking. It is the coolest thing, honestly, if you can do it correctly and if you kind of come out of your shell. So really try to implement these. Network as much as you can. It is so important, and I wish you guys all the very best. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for your time, and you guys will see me in the next video.